In the heart of India's Ranthambore National Park, one man's courage would face an unimaginable test. It was an early morning like no other when wildlife ranger Ethan Cole set out on his routine patrol. Unaware that today, fate would lead him into the jungle's most perilous depths. As he walked deeper into the forest, a sudden rustle in the bushes froze him in his tracks. From the dense foliage, a pair of glowing amber eyes locked onto his. And there, just a few meters away, stood an injured tigress, her paw caught in a deadly poacher's trap. What followed would be a race against time, as Ethan found himself torn between the law of the wild and an instinctive desire to save the tiger and her vulnerable cub. With danger lurking in every corner of the jungle, would Ethan's decision to help this mighty predator lead to his demise or save two innocent lives? The bond formed in this life-threatening encounter would change everything, not just for the tigress and her cub, but for Ethan himself. Forever, Ethan Cole had always felt a deep connection to the wild, spending countless mornings patrolling the vast expanse of Ranthambore National Park. But today, the jungle felt different, ominous and charged with an unseen energy. As he made his way through the thick underbrush, a sudden rustling sent a chill down his spine. Out of the dense foliage emerged a tigress, her amber eyes locking onto his with a mix of caution and curiosity. Frozen in place, Ethan's heart pounded as the reality of the situation hit him. He was mere meters away from one of the world's most powerful predators. But there was something wrong. The tigress limped awkwardly, and as Ethan looked closer, he saw the trap, a cruel snare dug deep into her paw. Blood staining her fur, the wild animal's pain was palpable. With no backup in sight, Ethan knew he was the only one who could help, but could he survive the encounter? Ethan's heart raced as he took in the situation, torn between the law of the wild and the life or death urgency before him. The tigress was trapped, and her cub, smaller, vulnerable, had appeared from the underbrush, its wide eyes filled with instinctual fear. As it approached its mother, seeking protection, the tigress did something unexpected. With a soft nudge, she pushed the cub toward Ethan, as if understanding that the human could be its only chance for survival. Ethan hesitated, every fiber of his being screamed not to interfere. But the urgency of the moment pushed him into action. His mind raced with fear. What if the tigress saw him as a threat? What if she attacked, thinking he was the one who had caused her pain? Yet, her eyes were pleading, a silent cry for help. Carefully, Ethan scooped up the cub, his hands shaking. With no time to waste, he knelt by the tigress, feeling the weight of the moment as he began to free her from the trap. Hoping beyond hope that he wasn't making a fatal mistake. With the tigress finally freed from the trap, Ethan's relief was short-lived. Her wounds were severe, and the pain in her eyes was unmistakable. The once majestic predator now lay helpless, struggling to stand, her breath shallow and labored. Ethan knew time was running out. He called for backup, his voice steady despite the chaos inside him. Within minutes, the park's medical team arrived, their expertise and calm demeanor offering a glimmer of hope. The tigress was sedated and carefully transported to the animal hospital, where the full extent of her injuries was revealed. The rusty trap had caused deep, infected wounds, and there was a real chance that her leg might need to be amputated. Meanwhile, the cub, whom Ethan had named Tara, was taken under his care. He spent the next few days feeding her, nurturing her, and building a bond that would help her survive the trauma. As Tara grew stronger, the medical team worked tirelessly on the tigress, battling the infection that threatened her life. Every hour was critical, but while Ethan and his team fought for the tigress's life, a larger battle was brewing. Rangers set out to track down the poachers who had set the trap, knowing that until the culprits were caught, the threat to the park's wildlife would remain. Finally, after days of searching, the poachers were apprehended. With the tigress's health improving, Ethan knew the time was coming to return her to the wild. But would she be able to survive on her own again?